Okay, Revelation chapter 8 and 9, two chapters. We will read chapter 9. Four verses. And the peace angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star falling from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and from the shaft rose smoke like the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened with the smoke from the shaft. Then from the smoke came locusts on the earth, and they were given power like the power of scorpion on the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any green plant or any tree, but only those who do not have the seed of God on their foreheads.
They were allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them, and their torment was like the torment of a scorpion, with it stings someone. And in those days, people will seek death and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. In appearance, the locusts were like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were what looked like crowns of gold. Their faces were like human faces, their hair like women's hair, and their feet like lions' teeth.
They had breastplates like a breastplate of iron, and the noise of their wings was like the noise of many chariots, with horses rushing into battle. They have tails in sting like scorpions, and their power to hurt people for 5 months is in their tails. They have a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. His name is Hebrew, is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon. The first who has passed, behold, 2 whose are still to come.
Then the sixth angel blew his trumpet, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altars before God, saying to the 6 angels who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." So the 4 angels who had been prepared for the ark, the day, the month, and the year, were released to kill 1/3 of mankind. The number of mounted troops was twice 10,000 times in 10,000. I heard their numbers. And this is how I saw the horses in my vision, and those who rode them. They wore breastplates and the color of fire, and a sapphire, and a sulfur. And the heads of the horses were like lions' heads, and fire and smoke and sulfur came out of their mouths. By these 3 plagues 1/3 of mankind was killed by the fire and smoke and sulfur coming out of their mouths.
For the power of the horses is in their mouths and in their tails, for their tails are like serpents with heads. By means of them they wound. The rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues did not repent of the works of their hands, not give up worshipping demons and idols of gold and silver and bronze, and stone, and wood, which cannot see or hear or walk.
Nor
did
they
have
their brothers or their sorceries,
or
their
their
sexual
immorality,
immorality, or their deaths. Okay, chapter 8, chapter 9 is the contents of seven trumpet. Chapter 8, verse 1 says, when the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was a silence in heaven for about half an hour. Yesterday we saw the six seals was opened and the judgment of God was starting, and then many people, they are so afraid of this wrath of God, and no one can stand, but only the true church and true people of God, they can stand among in this the wrath of God. Then the last seal was opened by the angel, by the Lamb of God, Jesus. Then this is also starting more strong the judgment of God. Then verse 2 says, then I saw the seven angels who stand before the God. Seven trumpet was given to them. Okay, now is the time for seventh. The seal was opened. Mean seventh, the wrath of God, judgment of God is beginning. Then one thing is very unique. The seventh seal was opened. Then actually we expected, there's a big and strong the judgment of God. But there was a silence in heaven, about half an hour. While there is a silence in heaven, there is something happened. Verse 3 to 5. There's something happened. What happened? There's a golden censer, verse 3. Another angel came and he stood at the altar with a golden censer. Actually, there's much incense to offer. Incense is what? The prayer of all the saints. Verse 3 says, much incense to offer. This is the prayer of all the saints. All the saints mean people of God. You see? Chapter 4, chapter 5 also we saw that prayer. Sometimes it seems like an incense. Actually, we know this background in Old Testament, in the temple, like in the tabernacle, there's the altar and there's the incense, the censer, golden censer. Actually, morning, evening, the people, they offer this incense. Morning, this is just starting. And evening, when they offer this incense again, this is like a finish the day. And they always giving this incense to God, day and night. And actually, the Bible describes this incense is to point out the prayer. For example, Psalm number 141, verse 2. There's also incense. Incense, this is the prayer. So Bible repeatedly describe, like in the temple, there's the incense. The priest also offer this incense. This is the prayer. And today, chapter 8, verse 3 to 5, describing the prayer of all the saints. You see, all the saints. All the people of God, you pray, then what happened? Verse 4. And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saint rose before God from the hand of the angel. Then the angel took the censer and filled it with fire from the altar and threw it on the earth. And there were first of the thunder, rumbling, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. You know, the angel took the prayer of all saints, and then he took it and he filled it with fire, and he threw it on the earth, and then on the earth there is the thunder and lightning, which is when we see the thunder, lightning, like a sound, the flashes, this is starting up judgment. 어떠십니까? God used the prayer of the people of God to judge the world. Can you imagine when you pray? God used your prayer to judge it and destroy the world. You know, this is the promise of the Revelation. You know, God actually, He judges everyone, every world, every enemy of God. He can do it without our prayer, but He uses our prayer. And then He hears our prayer and He answers our prayer. Answer our prayer is that God, He surely judges the world. And He destroyed all the enemy of God. And His kingdom become complete. You know, this is amazing, the picture of the prayer and judgment of God. You know, when you pray, you join the works of God. When you pray, your prayer never be fallen. God surely take your prayer to practice and accomplish His will. That's why Jesus, He told Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer is what? Hallowed be your name. Your name will be exalted. Yeah? Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth, will be done. Prayer is we asking His kingdom complete on earth and heaven. And not our will, His will. His will is that He will judge and He will destroy and conquer all enemies. And your kingdom forever and ever. The world will be destroyed, but your kingdom forever and ever. This is the prayer of all the saints. This is what we have to pray. So God, He used our prayer to complete His will and His kingdom. And then verse 8, chapter 8, verse 8, verse 6. Verse 6 to, actually, chapter 8, verse 6 to 9, verse 21. This whole context is about 7 trumpet judgment. 7 trumpet judgment. We learn, I told you already, there are 3 kinds of judgment. First, 7 seal, and 7 trumpet, and 7 bowls. 7 bowls. Now we say the 7 trumpet. You know, there are a lot of contents, but this is very simple. The first, we can see the first verse 6 to 13, verse 6 to 13, chapter 8, verse 6 to 13, this is about the judgment for the earth. The earth. Actually, first, when the first angel blew his trumpet, chapter 7, what happened? Hail and fire mixed with blood, there's thrown upon the earth. A third of the earth was burned up, and a third of the tree was burned up, and the all green grass was burned up. What does it mean? The earth was burned and destroyed. And second angel blew his trumpet. Mountain and fire thrown to the sea. This is about, actually there's the sea. The God destroyed the sea. And third, verse 10, the third angel blew his trumpet, great star fell from the heaven. Great star fell from the heaven. This is the destroying the heavenly things. And then there's the dark and no light, and there's the darkness. And 13, then I looked and I heard the angel, eagle, crying with a loud voice of it implored directly, O head, O to those who dwell on the earth. Actually, those who are dwelling on means the people who did not believe in Jesus Christ. In other words, who has no seal. We learn those who are seal means they are true people of God, but they are not object of the judgment of God. Why? The people of God who believe in Jesus Christ, we have no destruction in the end. This destruction and this destroying is about those who have no seal. They are unbelievers, non-believers. And then, first trumpet to the fourth trumpet, this is the destroying the earth, heaven, sea. Then, from the pit, there's a starting to destroy the people. People die. So many people die. Actually, verse 1. And the fifth angel blew his trumpet. I saw a star fallen from heaven to earth. And he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. Actually, there's a star fallen from heaven to earth. Who is this? We guess this is the devil, Satan, because Luke's Gospel 10:18. Luke's Gospel 10:18 says. The Luke's Gospel also explaining Jesus, he said to the people, I saw Satan fall like a lightning from heaven. So we can guess this is the Satan. Satan, he was fallen from heaven. Actually, he was corrupt, the angel from heaven. And he has the key, he got the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. Actually, this shaft of the bottomless pit, this is the picture of the hell. Lucifer, Satan, and many angels, they also follow the Satan, devil, and they are enemy of God, and they destroy the world. Actually, verse 3, Then from the smoke came from locusts on the earth. Locust. What is the locust? Locust, can you see? Locust. It's like a grasshopper. Locust just came. And then this locust has a power like a scorpion. And this locust start to destroy the people. A lot of people, they die. This locust is like a scorpion. And then people got hurt from this locust and they die. This locust killed a lot of people. So many people die because of this locust. This locust is also a picture of many evil spirits and also the Satan. Because verse 11, they have as a king over them the angel of the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon. And in Greek is called Apollyon. A lot of locusts. And the king of locusts name is Abaddon and Apollyon. This name is destroyer. Actually, the Satan and evil spirit, they destroy the people. His name is destroyer. So, a lot of people, they die. But actually, this is also about unbelievers. Why? Verse 4 says, they were told not to harm the grass of the earth and any green plant, any tree, but only those people who do not have the seal of God on their forehead. So we are not afraid because this is about unbelievers' destruction. Now, we think we are the Christian and the Bible promise we will not be destroyed. So we do not feel how horrible is the God's destroying and God's judgment, and how the people of God, we are so courageous. We do not compare now, but in the end, we can feel the weight of the judgment is how horrible, and the weight of the grace of God is more bigger than the destruction. Now we do not fear because we do not see it. The devil, locust is not here. But in the end, God will destroy the heaven, earth, sea, whole the world, and all unbelievers. That's very horrible. That's very powerful. But one thing is very unique. Many people die. This is very horrible. But verse 21 says, the last of mankind who are not killed by these plagues did not repent of the works of their hands, nor give up worshipping demons and idols of gold, and silver, and bronze, and stone, and wood, which cannot see or hear or walk, nor did they repent of their murders of their Caesarius, or their sexual immorality, or their death. We can imagine the picture of the age of Noah. Noah's day. The God already promised there will be big flood, and God will destroy the whole world. But people, they're rapping and they're drinking and they just ignore the warning of God. This is very unique. The people, they see a lot of people, their family, their friends, they die, but they do not repent of their sin, and they continue to commit their sin, enjoy immorality, sexual immorality, and murdering, and worshipping idol. how stubborn is the sinners. Even though they see the destruction and judgment of God, they do not repent of their sin and continue scolding and they abusing the God's the judgment. Now we see there's still the chance to repent and return to Jesus Christ. And actually, God, He is control His destruction until now. Verse 5 says, they are allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them. But their torment was like the torment of scorpion when it stings someone. Only 5 months. They are allowed to destroy and torment these people. 5 months means actually locust. Some scientists they found this fact. The locusts actually they can survive only 5 months. 5 months. What does it mean? Satan, he has limits to destroy the world and the people. And who limits his time? The God. God limits the time for judgment. Actually, God is the one who has the key, controlling and managing, reigning and destroying the world. But we don't know when is the perfect and complete destruction. But we are living between the starting and completion of the judgment of God. Between this time, we have a chance. And God still giving the chance to someone. At the moment, the people of God, we have to pray them. For the unbelievers, and His will surely complete and accomplish. That's what is our duty. Now we see the God's judgment, wrath of God, become stronger and stronger. He becomes more strong and more horrible. That's the promise of God. But we are not afraid because this is not about our ending and this is not about our destruction. But God, He wants us to join His ministry and His will and His works by prayer. And we want to read one verse and we will conclude. Psalm number 90, chapter 90. Uh, 14 to 17. I hope this will be our prayer. 14 to 17. Okay, let's read it together. Satisfy us in the morning with your steadfast love, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, and for as many years as we have seen evil. Let your work be shown to your servants, and your glorious power to their children. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands
upon
upon
us.
us.
Yes, establish the work of our hands. Amen.
Amen.
Between the complete destruction of God and starting of the judgment of God, we also have a pain because we see the world will be destroyed, and some people they also going to destruction, and there's a lot of persecution for the Christian. We will see a lot of pain and suffering. That's why we have to pray. We have to pray that, Lord, we also have a still pain and suffering. We have a lot of affliction, a lot of evil things in our life. But Lord, you satisfy us by your steadfast love. We will be patient by your steadfast love. And as many days we have afflicted us, you will reward us. Now I have many affliction, but as much as I experience affliction, you will satisfy us in the end. And you establish your work by our hands, by our prayer. Your will be done and your kingdom come. Only your kingdom is forever. Let's pray. Father, we pray that your wrath, your anger, and your destruction is mostly powerful. And that's the certain, the fact for the future. But unfortunately, many people, they do not listen to your message, your trumpet, the gospel. And they're still ignoring, neglecting your word and your sound for their life and future destiny for their life. But now we hear and we know and we learn what will happen in the end. Complete destruction, but at the same time, that's the complete salvation for our soul. Those who have no seal, they will be destroyed and they will go to hell. But those who have seal in Christ by your grace will not be destroyed, but we will continue to pray for your kingdom come and your will be done on earth, in heaven and earth. And your justice, your perfect righteousness will be fulfilled. And Lord, we are also seeking your grace and your mercy. In this journey, we Christian, we see a lot of afflictions and many trials. We will also encounter many trials like a fire, not because of your judgment, but because of persecution, because of many enemies of God, because of our faith. But whenever we see so many trials and persecution, we want to look up to heavenly throne, our heavenly kingdom, our heavenly church, and so many fellows in heaven. They are lasting and they are waiting for us, and you will welcome us, and you will kiss us, you will hug us in the end, because we will complete the good fight of faith, like Pastor Peter and Paul and a lot of the followers. And Lord, we want to enjoy the journey, the tears of valley of tears, valley of darkness, but with Jesus Christ, who is our perfect shepherd, who will comfort us forever. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.